Good afternoon, this is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak, and this is our video feature race of the week. This week's feature race for April 18th is going to be the 12th race from Charlestown. That's the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic. They're going to be traveling 9 furlongs on that bull ring track. They're going to be going around 3 turns. It's a tight track. It's a different configuration than a lot of the tracks in North America. Now your big favorite here is Shared Belief, and rightfully so. He's 10 for 11 lifetime. He's handled everything thrown at him. He's been able to sprint, he's been able to route, he's overcome trouble. He's run on a lot of different surfaces. He ran on the cushion track at Hollywood Park when they were still open. He's won there. He won at Golden Gate Fields in a sprint race. That was on Tapeta footing. Los Alamitos race course, that's a different Southern California dirt oval, a different configuration than Del Mar and Santa Anita. He handled that. Del Mar's poly track, he won there. Santa Anita's main track as well. He's won at different distances. He won the Pacific Classic at Del Mar on poly track at 10 furlongs. He won the Malibu Stakes at 7 furlongs. At Santa Anita, he won a 6 furlong race at Los Al. And at Golden Gate, he won a 2-turn race at Los Al. So he's been able to handle anything thrown at him. His only career loss was in the Breeders' Cup Classic when he was hammered early at the start by Bayern, and then he was shuffled back again before they even got to the first turn. He had a miserable trip that day. He ended up finishing 4th. He never quit. And he had trouble before, and he's been able to overcome it in his prep race for the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. He was carried out wide, and he was just much the best. So no matter what they throw at him, he always tries. He's very athletic, and I don't think that this configuration is going to stop him. He should win this race under Mike Smith. Now we're going to be searching for value underneath, but let's mention some of the other contenders in here. Moreno, he ran against Shared Belief in the Santa Anita handicap. And he hit the board, but he wasn't able to beat him. And he was also in that Breeders' Cup Classic, and he had a troubled start as well. His biggest weapon is his speed. He's 3 for 25 lifetime, 2 for 20 on fast dirt. He's come in a lot. He's earned a couple $1 million. He's a good solid racehorse, but he could face pace pressure in here for Warrior of the Roses. That one's got a lot of speed, probably outclassed, but will probably be part of the pace along with Moreno. General A-Rod, he ran in all 3 Triple Crown races last year. He was first in the Challenger Stakes, a big win last time at Tampa Bay for his new trainer, Todd Pletcher. Always liked this one. Actually picked him in the Preakness. He had a bad trip in the Preakness last year. He would have been much closer with a different trip that day. Always had a lot of ability. He's got some tactical speed. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a good race, but I expect that he's probably going to get overbet with the connections. You know, Todd Pletcher, they typically overbet his horses, even though he's a good trainer. His horses take a lot of action. Imperative won this race last year, but he's right now, he's not in good form, so he's hard to recommend. He was in much better form coming into this race last year. Vijak, I think he's best around 1 turn. This is going to be a 3-turn race at 1 1/8, and these tight turns. We'll see how he handles that, but he's a graded winner, but I think he's best around 1 turn. Street Babe, this one's an interesting contender. 3 starts with 2 wins and a second. Only 3 starts in the career. Won the Mine Shaft, a Grade 3 last time out. Lightly raced. This is still a tough spot, I think. His lack of experience could catch up to him at this tricky oval. We mentioned Warrior of the Roses as a speed threat. Was probably going to tire. And then looking cool from the inside was claimed for 62.5 last time. Late runner, likes to sit back, try to get involved late. I don't think that this one's going to be good enough finished. I mean, 4th wouldn't be impossible, but I think that he's probably up against it class-wise. Now, the one that I'm going to use underneath Shared Belief is the last horse that I haven't mentioned yet, Paige McKenney. Very consistent horse. 2 for 2 in 2015, both of those wins at Laurel. In the last 14 starts, this horse has 8 wins, 4 seconds, and a third. So it's always right there, has that tactical ability, runs on any track. Nothing seems to bother this horse either, and I think just that consistency could allow him to complete this exacta here. And we're just going to play a one-way $40 exacta. We're going to have Shared Belief over Paige McKenney. If you're a trifecta player and you liked Paige McKenney as well, nothing wrong with playing a Shared Belief all Paige McKenney trifecta. That one's consistent and could finish 3rd as well, but I'm just going to go with that exacta. I'm going to try to hit this exacta one way, Shared Belief over Paige McKenney. Okay, follow Horse Racing Nation and Derby Wars on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. If you go over to DerbyWars.com, we have a big $20,000 game on the docket on April 18th. And that'll wrap up this week's video. Next week we'll be back with another graded stakes. from around the country.